On Halloween night, Sheila just wanted one night of freedom. But when she slips a glowing pumpkin ring into her purse without paying, her world twists into a nightmare. Roads vanish, monsters rise, and what she stole begins to steal her soul.
There's a chill in the air. Must be fall. Join me for a tale of Halloween. You will experience tales of horror, ghosts, and death. It is not recommended for the weak at heart. Join me for a tale of Halloween. This is Weekly Spooky.
Hello, my spookies. It's time for a scary Saturday. To make sure you're enjoying your Halloween season properly. I'm your host and narrator, Enrique Couto, and tonight we have a story all about the dangers of theft on Halloween. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that there is something brand new to enjoy every single day this Halloween. Something mysterious will be broadcasting right here tomorrow, and on Monday we'll be covering a true crime story about the vampire of Sacramento. He's real, and he's terrifying. So make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcasting app, and while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating. It really does help other spookies discover the show. And remember, we're not going anywhere. Weekly Spooky is year-round because Halloween is a state of mind. And if you want to help us in a very direct way, you can join over 90 other spookies in helping us bring you another 6 years of the podcast by going to weeklyspooky.com/join. For as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus shows every single month and over 5 years of exclusive creepypasta readings and audiobooks at weeklyspooky.com/join. But now, as for tonight, have you ever noticed how on Halloween, some things just feel different? Like the air is thicker, the shadows move a little slower, and maybe, just maybe, you're being watched. Now imagine finding something that wasn't meant for you, something small and shiny, calling your name. And when you take it, you don't just steal it, you steal your way into another world. Our story after this. One Fateful Halloween by Rob Fields. It's Halloween here in Strickfield, and I was forced to take my little sister Phoebe to Strickfield Town Center Mall since there's no school today. So much for being able to sleep in a little bit. Hopefully I can sleep in tomorrow since there's no school then either. With Phoebe always being a pain, I know that's not gonna happen. There'll be Saturday mornings when I got my door closed, only for that little pest to come right in my room, get on my bed and start jumping up and down while telling me I gotta get up. I can't yell at her 'cause then Mom gets mad and starts yelling at me about yelling at Phoebe. Seriously, I can't win. I guess I ought to be thankful though. Mom and Dad don't say anything about my punk style. I probably dyed and buzzed my hair dozens of times, and I even got different piercings. Then there's the clothes I wear. I guess since I ain't getting in trouble at school, Mom and Dad both don't care. Mom herself seems to only care when she wants me to watch Phoebe. The pest and me have been going into stores and just looking at whatever. Oh, wait. I also had to take Phoebe to Spirit Halloween to get her a few more things for her costume. I got no clue what she's gonna be, and I really don't care. I just want to go have fun tonight and hit up a few parties at Strickfield University. Mainly 'cause Wikidpedia's back in Strickfield and playing a show at one of the frat houses. I ain't sure which one. I gotta go hit up Wilder Hall and look at the flyer at the coffee place they got there. Then I get my head out of the clouds and wonder why the heck I'm even walking down this particular hallway. There's nothing down here, as in no stores. Then I'm proven wrong when I see a single store here called Tinker's. Looks like some junk shop or something. I look at my phone and see we gotta kill a little more time yet. Mom's cleaning up around the house, so she don't want us back home till she's all done. Guess we're going in the junk shop, I tell the pest. I don't wanna, she whines. Well, too bad, I say. Besides, we did what you wanted to do at the Halloween store. She gives me that pouty look of hers again. I hate you. I roll my eyes. Yeah, well, right back at ya. Now come on. Phoebe's always giving me mean looks when I won't give her way. We go into the junk shop and look around. Seriously, why do these kinds of places even exist? I mean, who really buys this crap? It ain't long before this old geezer comes over and asks me if I need help finding anything. Just looking, I mutter. No problem, he says. Name's Isley Tinker. I'll be up front if you need anything. I keep dragging Phoebe around the store. Believe it or not, there's actually a few interesting things in here. Nothing I gotta have, though. We eventually make it up to the counter. Tinker's there as I'm seeing what he's got in the display case. There's things from old video game consoles to a few movies on video cassette. I'm surprised Dad still watches movies on those ancient relics. Then I see a movie called The Strickfield Slasher, and don't recall ever hearing anything about that one. And I'm usually renting horror movies from Strickfield Video most every weekend. Seriously, what is wrong with what I just said? You'd think I'd be out on dates with boys from Strickfield High or maybe even the university. Turns out Mom and Dad get to go out on Fridays and Saturdays, which means I get to stay home and babysit Phoebe. It's the same old story when they rattle on about how they work hard all day and they're entitled to their Friday and Saturday nights. They even add I'm too young to date. No, I'm only almost 19. That's all. And don't even get me started on Halloween week. I either gotta take Phoebe trick-or-treating, or I gotta stay home and hand out candy. I really hate my life sometimes. Something's definitely gotta change. And soon. A phone rings. Then Tinker turns around and answers it. I don't listen to what he's saying because I got my eyes on this awesome ring. Now, I ain't one to wear Halloween jewelry, but there's this ring with a glowing pumpkin on it or something. I pick up the ring and feel it. Wow, this pumpkin ain't no cheap plastic with a light bulb in it. It's gotta be some kind of a jewel or stone. Phoebe ain't looking, and neither is Tinker. I lifted a few little things in stores before. I know how to do it so no cameras catch me. When Tinker's finished, he hangs up. Then he turns around to look at me. Guess he'll get a little money off me for the sodas I grabbed for Phoebe and me. He thanks us for stopping in when we turn to leave. Tinker don't say anything about the ring. I want to go to Kittyland again, Phoebe whines. Yeah, I mutter. Whatever. Looks like I get to watch Phoebe play in the playland just off center court. I may just head into that Bobbletopia place again while I'm letting her play. It's dark and trick-or-treating's going on for the final night of Halloween week. I'm all dressed up in my dark outfit and got my makeup on. And where do you think you are going, Sheila? Mom calls out when I'm ready to take off. I turn around. I'm gonna get on over to Strickfield U and catch that Wikipedia show. I've been telling you about it all week. Mom shakes her head quickly. No, you are staying right here and handing out candy while I take Phoebe trick-or-treating. No way, I fire back. I ain't missing that show. Dad can do it. Your father hasn't even come home from work yet, Mom informs me. He had to stay after for a big meeting and won't be home for another hour yet. That means you are staying right here and handing out candy. End of discussion. You gotta find newer and better ways to ruin my life, huh? I mutter. Mom ain't even fazed. You can complain all you want, Sheila, but you're still handing out candy. In fact, you'd better get busy right now.
You're not safe yet. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
I got half a mind to just bail and head to Strickfield University anyway. But my parents don't say nothing about what I wear or what kind of music and movies I like. And it ain't like they're being abusive. Wait, scratch that. Almost forgot about the no dating or going out at night thing. I roll my eyes and step out on the front porch, right when a big group of little brats come up with their bags wide open. Trick or treat! They practically roar. So I give them the candy and continue to think about bailing. I manage to text it up with a few boys I know who like me, including a college sophomore. At least it's helping make the night go by a little faster. I keep handing out the candy as trick-or-treaters just keep coming out of nowhere. And the timing couldn't have been more perfect when Mom and Phoebe come back home, as I'm getting low on candy. Have you been giving 2 pieces of candy per trick-or-treater, like I said? Mom demands. What do you think? I snap. For the record, yes, I did what Mom said. She looks at her watch. And trick-or-treating is still a good 2.5 hours from being over. Mom brings Phoebe in the house with her haul of candy. A few minutes later, she comes back to me and hands me some money. I'll take over. I want you to head out to Meijer and buy some more candy. Then you can hand it out when you get back. I take the money and groan. Seriously, you are ruining my Halloween! Don't take that attitude with me, Sheila, Mom snaps. Fine. Maybe I just won't come home then, I reply. Mom groans and hands me the keys. Just go buy the candy and come back home, okay? Okay, geez. At least I get away from here for a little bit. I pull out of the driveway and gotta drive nice and easy so I don't get no homicides on my hands. Little too young to be starting a life sentence over at Glenview. Speaking of being a criminal, I remember that Halloween ring I lifted from Tinker's store. So far, no cops have been my way to ask about it. No phone call at the house, neither. I pull the ring out of my jacket pocket and see how bright it's glowing. I can't believe how much it's lighting up the car, like I turned on the compartment light. Then I slide the ring on. perfect fit. Huh. Now everything's looking, I don't know, kinda different somehow. It's like all the trick-or-treaters are moving in a funny way. I know the parents sometimes wear costumes when they're bringing their kids around, but it's like everybody's got costumes on or something. I keep driving until I'm out on State Route 1 and heading back to Strickfield Town Center Mall. The Meijer store's right across the road from it. I turn on the radio and get some awesome music playing. Oh yes, I absolutely love this song. Makes me think about how I'm missing the Wikipedia show at the university. I still got half a mind to just head on out there. The heck with getting more candy. But then I'm gonna have to deal with both Mom and Dad when I'd come home. They'd definitely be waiting up to start ripping into me. I keep driving and listening to my station. And that's when I realize I'm driving past open fields. Did I pass Meijer and the mall? I wonder out loud. I could have swore I was watching the road. I know I ain't lost. I mean, I've been living in Strickfield my whole life. How could I possibly get lost? I pull my phone out and look, and... what? All I'm seeing is no service. Not even the satellite icon. I can't even call Mom or send a text. Just to make sure I try. Nope. I can't even go online. I drive a little longer and still don't see the mall or a big superstore. I figure I gotta have missed those places. Maybe I got a little too much into the car radio. Then I stop the car when I realize something else ain't right here. I get out and look at the road. Wait just a minute here, I snap to nobody in particular. Strickfield ain't got no dirt roads except maybe in the backwoods. I know I was driving on Route 1. How did I get on a dirt road all of a sudden? I blow into my hand and smell. No, I ain't been drinking. Even I ain't stupid enough to be doing that. All Mom and Dad gotta do is smell even the teensiest bit of a beer on me, and my life will be over as I know it. Then I see that ring's still glowing hot on my finger. Heck, it's lighting up enough for me to see grass and trees on either side of the dirt road. Now I see the jack-o'-lantern patterns themselves on the pumpkin jewel. Suddenly there's some rustling noises nearby. Who's there? I call out. When there's more rustling sounds, I gulp and turn to get back in. What the? For the record, I also ain't dumb enough to be smoking pot when I go to parties or see bands. In other words, I know I ain't stoned or drunk. Where the heck is the car? I yell. I know, I stopped the car before I got out, as in I put it in park. There's no way the car could just disappear like that. I was near it the whole entire time. I didn't hear anybody get in and drive off with it. Why the heck is the car gone?
Don't go away. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
Oh, I'm gonna have a fun time explaining this to Mom and Dad. By the time they get through with me, I ain't gonna have to worry about graduating Strickfield High or going to college next fall. I'm gonna be grounded for the rest of my natural life. And what's even worse, Phoebe's gonna be laughing it up while Mom and Dad are tearing me apart. I groan and look up. Why is this happening to me tonight? The rustling sound is almost on me. I turn around and feel my legs taking over, making me run when I see this thing coming after me. I got a good look at it before my legs took over. It's like it's mostly these pumpkin vines making its body with the head being a bright jack-o'-lantern. That thing's making this gravelly, grating noise as it moves on its vines to chase me. I gotta make a quick stop to untie and get my platform boots off. I can't run in these heavy things. Boy, do I notice a difference when I'm running in just my socks. I move into the grass to get off the dirt road. At least the grass ain't wet, or I'd... No, the heck with it. I quickly get my socks off and run barefoot. Glad I'm wearing shorts instead of pants. The ring keeps lighting my way. That's good for me 'cause I can see where I'm going. On the flip side, it's also letting that thing know where I am. I keep hearing the rustling sound of those vines and the grating sound as it's, I don't know, roaring at me, maybe? Leave me alone! I yell over my shoulder. Nothing doing. That thing's still on my tail. Wait a minute. All I gotta do is just lose the ring. If I ain't wearing it, that thing shouldn't be able to see me, right? Suddenly I'm all tangled up and know that thing caught up to me. I scream when I feel it taking me down to the grass. That grating sound it's making just sending chills down my spine. Get off of me! I cry out. Then I get an out when I feel I can slip away by losing my jacket. It wasn't snapped up, so I wriggle a little and come right out of it. I get out of them vines and get back to running again. I shriek when I hear that thing grating even louder and know it's coming after me again. Not thinking twice, I grab hold of the ring to pull it off. Oh no, come on, don't do this to me. I can't get the ring off. I'm pulling and even turning it. It turns easily, but it won't move along my finger. I know it didn't feel the least bit tight when I put it on. I didn't have to work it. It just slid right on. Why ain't it coming off now? Seriously, I gotta be home in bed and having a nightmare. This can't be happening. I don't care that this is Strickfield, Ohio. There's no such things as ghosts. There are no haunted houses. All them stories about Grim Manor and the Carnavash estate are just a bunch of stories to tell around summer campfires. Even the stories on Strickfield U's website are all made up. None of this is real. Come on, Sheila. Wake up, I yell at the sky. I keep running and running until I shriek when I trip and fall and roll downward. I shriek again when I splash into some water and feel myself moving fast downriver. Great, now I'm probably gonna get sick after this. It's chilly out here tonight. Most Halloweens usually are in Strickfield. Only reason I was warm was 'cause of all the running I was doing. I move further and further along. Then my eyes are wide open when I see that thing moving along the bank. It ain't even looking like it's gotta work hard to keep up with me. Eventually I make it to the opposite bank and get out of the water. Then I keep running and glance over my shoulder to see I'm leaving that thing behind. I keep running and hope I don't step on anything that'll cut into my bare feet. Before long, I come into an area where there's these small buildings. Where am I now? Is this supposed to be Hollow Point? That ghost village that's supposedly haunted by the spirit of a vengeful witch and her groundhog? Nah, can't be. From what I heard, Hollow Point's supposed to be a whole village with a square and everything. I see a light on inside a hut and go inside. My heart starts pounding fast and I wonder if I peed my pants when I see these other creatures inside. I don't even want to describe these things. With the ring still on my finger, it's bright enough to where I can see my skin's turning white. I ain't got time to wonder why Halloween night is one continuous nightmare for me. When those creatures start coming at me, I scream again and run back outside. That's when I see that pumpkin-headed thing made it across the water and found me again. I turn and run through this little village, or whatever you'd call it. More and more fiendish creatures are coming out and joining the chase. I still can't get this ring off. I'm almost considering biting right through my finger, but I don't want to bleed to death and die. I'm hearing a whole lot of groans, grunts, and roars, and God only knows what else. I keep using the ring to light my way. Before I know it, I'm right at the edge of a cliff. Seriously, what part of Strickfield am I in right now? Am I even in Strickfield? I turn around and see the monsters closing in on me. "Leave me alone!" I scream at them. I ain't got a choice. I can't go back the way I came with them things closing in and the cliff right behind me. I don't think about it when I turn around and jump right off. I scream again when I'm falling and falling and falling. Ugh! I land on some slope and tumble down, down, down. I'm back in the river again and moving downstream. And then my eyes go wide when I'm falling again. I went right over the falls and splash into the waiting river down below. I sink all the way down to the bottom and try to push with my feet, desperately trying to get back up to the surface. I need air. I need air. I need air. I push my way back up to the surface. I take some huge breaths and try to swim to where I can finally get out of the water. Now I'm flat on my back and feeling exhausted. I can't run no more. I can't even make myself get up. The light from the ring keeps showing me everything, but I make myself move when I feel deep down that those things are going to keep coming after me. It takes a lot of effort to get back on my feet. I try to move, but my legs give out and make me fall again. I'm feeling pain and fatigue seemingly everywhere, but I know I can't just stay here. Then I hear those things getting closer. I make myself get up and fall flat on my chest again. I make myself get up again, and this time stay on my feet. I stagger away from the water and keep moving. Since I'm all wet, I try getting the ring off my finger again. It still won't come off. I keep moving and groaning in pain. I turn and move through a path. I keep moving and moving until I find myself in another little village. I don't even get to wonder if I ran in circles or not, when other creatures I ain't never seen before come out and come after me. I try turning around and see the head of that jack-o'-lantern thing leading those other monsters from that village. I'm trapped. I got nowhere left to run. All those creatures, no two of them are alike when I'm looking at them, yet I'm the only human being here. Or am I? My skin's even whiter now. What's happening to me? I'm soaking wet and holding myself as I'm shivering. I've got no idea if these creatures are gonna kill me or what. I just know I'm completely surrounded. Next thing I know, I'm being wrapped in those vines by that jack-o'-lantern-looking monster. I scream for what'll probably be the last time when I feel myself being brought down to the ground. I don't even fight anymore. I'm too tired to even move. I'm in so much pain. Now I'm wishing I would have just shut up and did what Mom said. But it's much too late for that now, when everything goes full dark.
Did you hear that? Better check the locks on your doors. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
Suddenly, I open my eyes and sit up. I don't know how long I slept, but I feel a lot better now. Also, I see I ain't wearing that pumpkin ring I lifted from Tinker's store anymore. I don't got no idea when or how it came off. Somehow, I can still see everything like I was still wearing that ring. I turn and get off the bed, which feels like it's stuffed full of something. I just know it doesn't look like my own bed back home in Strickfield. I think I'm in one of those huts from that village I ran into. Am I still wherever here is? I see the mirror and go to it. I gulp when I see I'm completely changed. I'm still wearing my clothes from when those things finally got me. But now, I'm not only chalk white, but my eyes, it's like I got two dark holes where my pretty green eyes used to be. I also got lots of sharp teeth and silver hair. I know now, I ain't human no more. I'm really, really hungry right now. When I see the table in the hut is set, I move right to it and see all this weird-looking meat on it, and a cup and pitcher filled with a red liquid. Then I pick up some meat and start eating it. I think whatever this food is was put here for me, since whatever I'm eating tastes real good. I think it's also what I'm supposed to eat from now on. What happened to me? Why am I something else now? What could I have eaten or drank to make me change into what I am now? I got no idea. Deep down, I feel that whatever I changed into, well, I don't belong to my world no more. Then I feel I ain't alone and see that jack-o'-lantern thing looking in at me. It don't move to come after me now. Now more of those things that chased me down are looking at me, like they know I'm one of them now. Makes me wonder if these other creatures used to be human themselves. Will I ever know as I embrace my new life? Epilogue. Isley Tinker had known that Sheila Cantrell stole the Halloween ring, even though he was on the phone when she had done it. In fact, Tinker never made any attempt to stop her. Nor did he stop any of the others who thought they could easily steal that ring. This is what happens when you take things you didn't pay for, Tinker said out loud. That glowing pumpkin ring was simply too good of a temptation, wasn't it? No matter. He placed the ring back in its opened case where it had been in past times before. I know it won't be long before another foolish mortal thinks they'll get away with stealing this ring. Tinker knew exactly what the ring was capable of. The victim would place it on their finger easily enough. From there, the ring would remain on the victim's finger while its energies worked to transform its wearer into their new form. In the case of Sheila Cantrell, she was transformed into what was a reflection of her deepest, darkest nightmares. There were no names for any of the individual creatures that the ring had created from the former mortals. Each of them had been transformed and now lived in an area of the night realm. Once each victim had placed the ring upon their finger, they were immediately transported there. Unless they could find a portal back, these creatures would remain in the night realm and never return. Whatever the case, it didn't make any difference to Isley Tinker once he had found this cursed ring on an excursion into one of the ghost villages not far from Strickfield several years ago. The ring was hidden in a cavern pointed out by the drawings in one of the huts. Tinker would have no problem finding and claiming the ring and learning what it could do. Halloween was over in Strickfield for another year. Tinker smiled to himself when he saw Sheila Cantrell's former family walking around inside the mall. The parents never even considered going into Tinker's shop, in spite of the little girl telling them that she and her older sister had visited there the day before. But Sheila Cantrell herself was never seen in any part of Feltner County again. Only the family vehicle she had been driving was found in a ditch just off State Route 1 the next morning. Soon, 2 female high school students entered Tinker's and were looking around for anything on clearance for Halloween. Tinker said he didn't have anything when he saw he wouldn't have to help them any further. He went in back. That was when one of the students lifted the ring out of its holder. Thinking it would be easy to get away with taking it, the student conveniently let it drop into her purse. From there, the students both left Tinker's. A moment later, Tinker glanced out from the back and knew the night realm would soon have another inhabitant. All that student needed to do was put on the ring. And that, my spookies, was One Fateful Halloween by Rob Fields. A reminder that some tricks can't be undone, no matter how much candy you hand out. But before you drift off, I should probably warn you about something. Every now and then something strange slips into our feed. I don't schedule it, I don't announce it, it just appears. Tomorrow, if you listen, you might hear the crackle of an old transmission, whispered voices from another time, a man begging for forgiveness, a woman who swears she saw something that wasn't there, and the sound of, well, you'll have to hear it for yourself. All I know is it's an unknown broadcast. I don't know where it comes from. I just know it's coming. So make sure you're subscribed and tune in tomorrow if you dare. Just don't ask me how it got here. And remember, you can support the show by going to weeklyspooky.com/join. I want to say an extra special thank you to our Patreon podcast boosters, folks who pay just a little bit more to hear their names at the end of the show. And they are Johnny Nix, Kate and Lulu, Jessica Fuller, Micah Skewy, Jenny Green, Amber Hansford, Karen Wiemet, Jack Kerr, and Craig Cohen. Thank you all so much. And if you want to hear your name at the end of every episode of Weekly Spooky, just go to weeklyspooky.com/join and sign up at a tier at $15 a month or higher. It really helps us keep the show going, and we're very grateful. But now it's time for me to get back to work. There's so much more spooky as we dive into the second third of October. So, for myself, for my executive producers Rob Fields and Bobbletopia.com, my producer Dan Wilder, and my creepy composer Ray Mattis, I will talk at you very soon.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to find your way back next week. But for now, you are safe. Trust me.